People don't buy products, they buy feelings. You think Apple sells phones, Rolex sells watches, Ferrari sells cars? Wrong. They sell status, they sell identity, they sell desire. Apple doesn't sell a phone, it sells the feeling of being ahead of the curve. Rolex doesn't sell a watch, it sells the feeling of power. Ferrari doesn't sell a car, it sells the feeling of untouchable success. People don't buy with their heads, they buy with their hearts. And once you get this, once you truly understand that logic has nothing to do with buying decisions, you'll stop playing the game like an amateur. Because amateurs sell products, pros sell emotions. And the brands that know how to do this, they own the market. Here's something most marketers will never tell you. When people buy something, they think they're making a rational decision. They'll say, I bought this car because it's fuel efficient. Or I bought this watch because it's high quality. Or I chose this brand because it had the best features. Bullshit. Their brain made the decision before they even realized it. They bought the car because it made them feel like a winner. They bought the watch because it made them feel important. They chose the brand because it made them feel like they belonged. They didn't analyze the spreadsheet. Their brain tricked them into thinking they did. This is called post-purchase rationalization, where the decision is made emotionally, but the excuse is made logically. And once you see this for what it is, you can stop convincing and start creating desire. There are three invisible forces that control every buying decision. One, the pain avoidance trigger. People are hardwired to avoid pain more than they are to chase pleasure. This is why insurance companies don't sell peace of mind. They sell what happens to your family if you die tomorrow. They sell fear because fear sells better than hope. Two, the status elevation trigger. Humans are obsessed with where they rank in the social hierarchy. This is why people spend $1,200 on a phone when a $200 phone does the same thing. It's why they finance a Mercedes they can't afford instead of paying cash for a Toyota. They're not buying the thing, they're buying what the thing says about them. Three, the belonging trigger. People crave acceptance. They want to feel like they are part of something bigger than themselves. This is why brands with strong communities, Nike, Tesla, Harley Davidson, dominate. When you buy a Harley, you don't just buy a bike, you join a brotherhood. And the brands that trigger these three psychological levers, they don't sell, they own you. Most businesses make one fatal mistake. They think customers care about logic. They believe that if they just highlight the features, the specs, the value, then people will make a rational choice. They won't. If logic worked, everyone would drive a Honda. If logic worked, everyone would own the cheapest, most efficient version of whatever they needed. But they don't, because people aren't logical. They are emotional, impulsive, and completely controlled by their subconscious desires. And once you stop appealing to their brain and start speaking to their emotions, you stop competing and you start winning. So now you know how people actually make buying decisions. But how do you make sure they choose you? That's where cognitive biases come in. Because if you know how to use psychology against human nature, they won't just want your brand. They'll feel like they need it. Let's talk about how that works. Your brain is lying to you, and it's doing it all the time. Every decision you make, what you buy, who you trust, what you believe, feels like a rational choice, but it's not. Your brain isn't logical. It's a pattern recognition machine running on autopilot, using shortcuts called cognitive biases to make decisions before you even realize it. And once you understand how these biases work, you can control the way people perceive, desire, and react to your brand. This isn't manipulation, it's reality. And the brands that know how to use these hidden levers, they don't compete, they dominate. Let's start with the most powerful cognitive bias in marketing, scarcity. The moment people think something is limited, exclusive, or might disappear, their brain switches into panic mode. It's why people trample each other for Black Friday deals. It's why concert tickets sell out in minutes even when the show is months away. It's why luxury brands intentionally limit supply to create demand. Scarcity does something dangerous to the brain. It removes logic from the equation. When something feels scarce, people don't stop to think. They just act. And the smartest brands, they create artificial scarcity to trigger this effect. Ever seen only 3 left in stock on Amazon? It's a psychological trick. Ever noticed how Rolex has wait lists for watches? They control demand by limiting supply. Ever wonder why private clubs have exclusive memberships? They're not selling access, they're selling status. Scarcity makes people fear missing out. And FOMO sells better than any ad ever could. Ever noticed how celebrities can launch a brand overnight and it instantly becomes successful? It's not because they're business geniuses. It's because of a cognitive bias called the halo effect. The halo effect makes people judge everything about you based on one key perception. If they see you as an authority, they assume your products are better, your prices are justified, your brand is worth paying attention to. This is why brands spend millions just on packaging. Because if something looks premium, people assume it is premium. The brain takes one positive association and extends it to everything else. That's why. Apple's clean branding makes their products feel more advanced. Luxury car brands make their showrooms feel like five-star hotels. Michelin star restaurants focus on plating because food that looks expensive tastes better. The easiest way to use the halo effect for your brand: create one undeniable high status signal and let it elevate everything else. People don't buy the product, they buy what it signals. Ever walked into a store, seen a $5,000 watch, and thought, damn, that's expensive? Then you see a $50,000 watch next to it, and suddenly the $5,000 watch doesn't seem that bad. That's the anchoring effect. People don't judge prices in isolation, they judge them based on context. Luxury brands use this ruthlessly. Restaurants list a $200 bottle of wine so that the $80 bottle looks reasonable. High end retailers place expensive items next to mid tier products to make them feel like a deal. Perception is everything. And if you're not controlling the anchors around your pricing, your competition is. Now, you know how to shape perception, but how do you create a brand people emotionally attached to, like Tesla, Nike, or Apple? Because logic won't get them there, emotion will. And in the next lesson, we're going to unlock the exact formula for making your brand not just desirable, but unforgettable. Luxury isn't a product, it's a drug. Why do people drop $10,000 on a handbag when a $50 bag holds the same stuff? Why do sneakerheads camp outside stores overnight just for a pair of shoes? Why do people tattoo brand logos on their skin like it's a religion? Because luxury and cult brands don't sell products, they sell status, they sell identity, they sell belonging. And once a brand taps into that level of psychological addiction, people don't just buy it, they crave it. Here's a mind bending fact: the more expensive something is, the more people want it. Sounds backward, right? If humans were rational, they'd always choose the best value. But they're not. They're status driven. And nothing triggers desire faster than exclusivity. Luxury brands intentionally create scarcity. Rolex produces fewer watches than demand, so they feel rare. Supreme drops limited collections, so people fight to get them. Hermes won't let you just buy a Birkin, you have to be approved. They control supply so the demand never dies. And once people believe that owning your brand equals being part of an elite group, they will do anything to get in. Luxury is about exclusivity. Co-brands, they're about identity. Harley Davidson, Tesla, Nike, Apple. These brands aren't just selling products. They're selling a belief system. When someone buys a Tesla, they're not just getting a car. They're making a statement. When someone buys a Harley, they're not just getting a bike. They're joining a tribe. And that's the secret. People don't buy products. They buy who they become when they own them. Now that you know the game, here's how to play it. To trigger instant desire for your brand, you need to install these three psychological levers into everything you do. One, the insider effect: make customers feel like outsiders until they join. Why does Harley Davidson have initiation rituals for new riders? Why does Supreme make their customers wait in line for hours? Why do private clubs charge insane fees just to be a member? Because humans will do anything to avoid feeling left out. Your brand must feel like a secret society that only a few get access to. Two, the high stakes effect. People value what is hard to get. Luxury brands make people prove they're worthy of buying. Tesla made people pre-order years in advance just to own one. High-end consultants make people apply before they can work with them. The harder it is to buy, the more they'll fight for it. Three, the tribal war effect. Nothing creates loyalty like an enemy. Apple versus Android. Nike versus Adidas. The moment your brand stands for something bold and has an enemy to fight against, you create lifelong fans, make people choose sides, and they will defend you forever. Now you know how to create instant desire. But how do you make sure customers never leave? And keep spreading your brand like wildfire? Because desire gets people in the door, but obsession makes them stay. And in the next lesson, we're going to break down how to turn customers into evangelists so they spread your brand for you. Your brand isn't what you say it is. It's what people believe it is. And here's the truth. The moment someone sees your brand, their brain automatically assigns meaning to it before they read a word, before they hear your pitch, before they even know what you sell. They don't analyze. They don't think. They just feel. And that feeling, it determines everything. If your brand feels premium, they assume you're high value. If your brand feels cheap, they assume you're low quality. If your brand feels inconsistent, they assume you're unreliable. This is perception. And in business, perception is reality. The question is, are you controlling it or is it controlling you? Most people assume that customers make rational decisions, but the brain isn't wired for logic. It's wired for speed. It uses mental shortcuts to make snap judgments based on cues, patterns, and emotions. First impressions stick. If your brand looks amateur the first time someone sees it, you may never recover. Confidence equals credibility. If your brand feels like it belongs at the top, people assume you're the real deal. The more people see your brand, the safer it feels, even if they've never bought from you. Perception isn't just about what you say, it's about how you make people feel the second they encounter you. And the brands that control this narrative, they don't just win, they dominate. If you want to control how people see your brand, you need to understand how perception works at a subconscious level. There are three core laws that shape brand perception, whether you realize it or not. Law number one, the framing effect, how context controls value. People don't judge a brand in isolation. They judge it based on what it's compared to. A $100 bottle of wine feels expensive next to a $10 bottle, but feels cheap next to a $500 bottle. A $1,500 course feels expensive on its own, but feels like a steal if other courses are $5,000. A brand new company feels risky, but feels trustworthy if it's backed by known investors. You control perception by controlling the frame. Luxury brands frame their products as art, not merchandise. Elite consultants frame their services as investments, not expenses. High-end businesses frame their pricing as entry fees, not costs. If you let people frame your brand for you, you'll always be fighting uphill. Law number two, the priming effect, how expectations shape experience. Expectation influences reality. If people expect something to be premium, they'll experience it as premium. If people expect something to be low value, they'll perceive it that way, even if it's great. Luxury hotels create expectation before you arrive, so you feel the five-star treatment before you step in the lobby. High-end brands use elite packaging, so your brain assigns value before you even try the product. Tech companies showcase futuristic design, so you assume innovation before you touch the product. Your brand is priming people whether you realize it or not. The question is, what expectation are you setting? Law number three, the familiarity effect, how repetition builds trust. People trust what they see again and again. The more familiar something is, the safer it feels. The first time you see a new brand, you ignore it. The second time you trust it. That's why Coca-Cola plasters its logo everywhere. Political candidates repeat the same slogans over and over. Influence posts daily, not randomly. The more familiar your brand becomes, the more people assume you're legitimate. And once your brand feels safe, buying becomes easy. If you want people to see your brand the way you want them to, you need to engineer it. Control the frame. Position your brand in the right context so it always feels premium. Set the expectation. Design everything to prime people's perception before they ever buy. Dominate attention. Make sure your brand is everywhere so it becomes familiar and trusted. Brand perception is not about what you think your brand is. It's about what the market assumes it is. And the moment you control the narrative, you stop competing. People stop comparing, and your brand becomes the standard. Now you know how to control perception. But how do you create a brand so magnetic, so powerful that customers don't just trust you? They feel emotionally connected to you because perception gets attention, but emotion builds loyalty. And in the next lesson, we're going to break down exactly how to build a brand aura so strong people don't just notice you, they become obsessed. Some brands feel different. They don't just sell, they radiate something. Apple, Tesla, Nike, Red Bull. Their customers don't just buy from them, they align with them. This isn't luck, this is aura. And once you know how to build it, you become untouchable. Most brands compete for attention, but magnetic brands don't compete at all. They don't chase customers, they pull people in. When a brand has a powerful identity, a clear mission, and a bold presence, it feels alive. And people don't just buy from brands that feel alive, they attach to them. There are three pillars to create a magnetic brand aura. Every magnetic brand is built on these three pillars. Number one, identity. The soul of your brand. The strongest brands aren't for everyone. They don't try to please the masses. They stand for something specific and bold. Apple isn't just a tech company. It's for people who think different. Tesla isn't just about cars. It's about the future. Nike isn't just about shoes. It's about pushing human limits. Your brand's identity is the energy people feel instantly. If it's weak, you're forgettable. If it's strong, people attach to it instinctively. Number two, polarity. Why the strongest brands create enemies. Magnetic brands don't play it safe. They take a stand. And that creates diehard fans. Apple versus Windows, Nike versus Adidas, Tesla versus the auto industry. When your brand stands boldly for something, you activate people. The ones who believe in it, lifelong customers. The ones who don't, irrelevant. Weak brands fear polarity. Strong brands embrace it. Number three, energy, the invisible force behind brand obsession. Some brands feel powerful the second you see them. This has nothing to do with design or marketing tactics. It has everything to do with energy, is how a brand communicates itself to the world. Let's compare the energy of some successful brands. Nike, aggressive, unstoppable, fearless. Apple, minimalist, elite, futuristic. Red Bull, wild, extreme, untamed. If your brand radiates weak energy, no one will notice. If it radiates strong energy, no one will ignore it. If you want people to feel instantly drawn to your brand, you need to engineer it, craft a powerful identity, define exactly what your brand stands for and why it exists, embrace polarity, stop trying to be liked by everyone, attract your people and repel the ones who don't fit. Create a distinct energy. Make sure everything, your messaging, visuals, and presence matches the feeling you want people to associate with you. A brand without aura will always have to fight for attention. A brand with aura becomes impossible to ignore. And once you build that aura, customers don't just buy, they feel like they belong. Now you know how to build an energy that makes your brand irresistible. But how do you position yourself so that no one can compete with you? Because aura makes you magnetic, but positioning makes you untouchable. And in the next lesson, we're going to break down how to use AI to find your unfair advantage so your brand owns its space with zero competition. Most brands compete. The smartest brands don't. They don't lower prices. They don't fight for attention. They don't chase customers because they don't need to. They position themselves so strategically that customers see them as the only real choice. And now, AI makes this process faster, easier, and more precise than ever before. Instead of throwing darts in the dark, hoping to find your edge, AI can scan the market, analyze competitors, and tell you exactly where to position yourself. It removes the guesswork. It finds the white space, the gap in the market where you can thrive without resistance. Once you apply this, you won't be fighting for market share. You'll own your market. Most businesses burn money on marketing, thinking if they just shout louder, people will pay attention. But here's the problem. If your positioning is wrong, no amount of marketing can fix it. Positioning isn't about what you sell. It's about how people see you in relation to everything else. It's the difference between being the first name that comes to mind and being forgotten. If your brand isn't positioned correctly, customers won't even consider you. Think about it. The moment someone needs a high performance electric car, what brand comes to mind? Tesla. That's positioning. It's why certain brands can charge 10 times more than their competitors. It's why some businesses never have to justify their prices. It's why some names own entire categories while others blend into the noise. Positioning shapes perception, and perception shapes everything. You can't outmarket bad positioning. But when your positioning is right, selling becomes effortless. For decades, positioning was an art, a mix of intuition, trial and error, and gut instinct. But AI just turned it into a science. AI can scan an entire industry in seconds and uncover gaps where demand is high, but competition is weak. It can process millions of customer conversations and tell you exactly what people want, but aren't getting. It doesn't guess, it knows. It can predict trends before they explode. It can tell you how to frame your brand so customers instinctively trust you. It can pinpoint the exact words that make people feel connected to your business. Before AI, finding the right position in the market took years of research, endless testing, and a whole lot of luck. Now, it's just data. The fastest way to dominate a market is to create your own category. If you define the playing field, you don't have to compete. Tesla didn't position itself as just another car brand. It positioned itself as the future of transportation. Airbnb didn't try to outdo hotels. It made hotels feel outdated. Apple never sold itself as just a tech company. It became a status symbol. AI can scan the market and tell you where you can create a new lane instead of fighting for space in an old one. Once you do that, you're not competing with anyone. You're the only option. But maybe you can't create a whole new category. That's fine. The next best thing is to dominate a specific position in your customer's mind. Maybe you're the premium choice. Maybe you're the fastest. Maybe you're the most exclusive. Whatever it is, AI can analyze competitors and tell you exactly what positioning you can own completely. And then there's the wild card, the anti-position. The fastest way to get attention is to stand against something. Tesla made gas cars look like dinosaurs. Liquid Death made bottled water look boring. Dollar Shave Club made high-end razors look like a scam. AI can process millions of customer frustrations and tell you exactly what people hate about your industry, so you can position yourself as the opposite. If everyone else is doing it one way, AI will tell you how to be the brand that challenges the norm and wins. If you want AI to find your brand's perfect position, you need to feed it the right questions. First, analyze the market. Let AI scan your industry and uncover weaknesses in your competitors' positioning. Look for gaps, places where customers are dissatisfied, confused, or underserved. Next, identify where you can own the space. The goal isn't to be better than your competitors. It's to be different in a way that makes comparison impossible. AI can tell you where demand is high, competition is weak, and customers are desperate for something new. And once you find that opening, you go all in. You don't position yourself as just another choice. You position yourself as the only choice. Now you know how to position your brand so competition becomes irrelevant. But how do you create messaging so powerful that customers don't just understand your brand? They feel emotionally connected to it. Because positioning makes you the best option, but messaging makes people actually care. And in the next lesson, we're going to break down AI powered messaging so your brand instantly connects, persuades, and sells without resistance. Everything you know about marketing is about to become obsolete. The way businesses attract customers, build brands, and sell products is changing so fast most companies can't keep up. And the ones that don't adapt, they're already being left behind. AI isn't some futuristic concept. It's here, it's working, and it's rewriting the rules of marketing in real time. It's replacing entire teams, predicting customer behavior before they even know what they want, optimizing ads, crafting messaging, and personalizing funnels without human input. The brands that embrace AI aren't just winning, they're pulling so far ahead that their competition will never catch up. Marketing used to be an art. Businesses would spend months testing ad copy, tweaking messaging, analyzing data, hoping to find something that worked. Now, AI runs millions of tests in seconds, optimizing campaigns, personalizing messages, and predicting trends without the trial and error. What used to take a team of experts weeks to figure out, AI can solve instantly. It doesn't just automate tasks, it thinks, learns, and improves on its own. And that means marketers who are still relying on old school strategies have already lost. AI is transforming every part of marketing. It's writing sales copy that sounds human, sometimes better than humans. It's analyzing customer emotions and adjusting messaging in real time. It's creating hyper personalized experiences that make customers feel like brands are speaking directly to them. Companies using AI are seeing higher engagement, lower ad costs, and more conversions because AI eliminates human error and delivers the perfect message to the perfect person at the perfect time. It's no longer about who has the biggest budget. It's about who's using AI the smartest. AI isn't just another software add-on. It's becoming the backbone of modern marketing. The brands using it correctly are making better decisions faster than everyone else. They're running A/B tests at superhuman speed, generating high converting copy in minutes, and predicting what customers want before they even realize it. Businesses that ignored the internet vanished. Companies that resisted social media became irrelevant. AI is the next shift. This time, the gap between those who adapt and those who don't will be even bigger. The choice is simple: use it or get left behind. AI is reshaping marketing, but the real power is in how you use it to craft messaging that captures attention and drives action instantly. Because technology is useless if your words don't connect. And in the next lesson, we're going to break down how to use AI to generate messaging so persuasive, so hypnotic, that customers feel like you're speaking directly to their soul. Most marketing is ignored. The right words make it impossible to forget. Every second, people are hit with thousands of messages, ads, emails, social posts, endless noise, most of it forgotten in an instant. But some messages stick. Some cut through the chaos, grip attention, and hold people like they're hypnotized. That's not an accident, that's psychology. And now AI makes it easier than ever to craft messaging so compelling that people feel like you're reading their mind. When done right, AI powered messaging doesn't sound good. It pulls people in, makes them trust you instantly, and makes buying feel inevitable. You can have the best product, the best brand, the best offer. But if your messaging is weak, no one will care. Words are what create emotions. Emotions drive decisions. And the right words at the right time, they make buying feel like the only logical choice. Most brands talk about what they do. AI driven messaging flips the script. It speaks directly to what customers feel, what they want, what they fear losing. This isn't guessing. AI analyzes millions of conversations, reviews, and behaviors to tell you exactly what messaging will resonate before you even write a word. Traditional copywriting was about testing different angles, tweaking headlines, and hoping something landed. AI eliminates the guesswork. It identifies patterns, deciphers human psychology, and finds the emotional triggers that make people act. It knows which words build trust, which phrases create urgency, and which emotional cues make people feel understood. It tailors messaging in real time, making it sound personal even when it's automated. It makes marketing effortless. The best marketing doesn't feel like marketing. It feels like a conversation customers already wanted to have. AI can analyze millions of real customer interactions, product reviews, social media comments, search behavior, to understand exactly how people talk about their problems and desires. When your messaging reflects their thoughts before they even say them, they feel like you just get them. And when someone feels understood, trust is automatic. The result: no resistance, no hesitation, just action. Most brands struggle to find the right words. AI solves this in seconds. By analyzing what's already working in the market, it can identify which emotional triggers make people buy, craft irresistible hooks that pull customers in, optimize headlines, emails, ads, and landing pages to increase conversions automatically. This isn't just automation. This is persuasion at superhuman speed. For decades, brands spent millions testing different ad angles, copy variations, campaign messages. Now, AI runs hundreds of experiments at once in real time, adjusting instantly based on what's actually working. It's like having a world class marketer working 24/7, constantly refining your messaging to perfection. And the brands that use AI this way, they aren't just winning, they're making traditional marketing feel like a waste of time. Now you have messaging that grabs attention and makes people act. But how do you take that and turn it into a fully automated system that attracts, nurtures, and converts customers on autopilot? Because messaging is only the first step. The real power is in how you deploy it at scale so your brand never stops selling, even when you're not working. And in the next lesson, we're breaking down the AI driven marketing system so your business runs like a machine, effortlessly bringing in customers while you focus on growth. What if your marketing ran itself? No more guesswork, no more grinding, no more constantly tweaking ads, testing copy, or chasing leads. Imagine a system that attracts customers, builds trust, and converts sales automatically while you focus on growth. That's not a fantasy, that's AI driven marketing. The smartest brands are already doing it. AI is analyzing behavior, crafting messaging, and running campaigns in real time. It's not just helping marketers, it's replacing them. And the ones who don't adopt this, they'll be fighting uphill while AI powered businesses scale effortlessly. Old school marketing was slow. Businesses spent months analyzing data, adjusting strategies, and waiting for results. Now, AI does it in seconds. It doesn't need weeks of testing to know what works. It pulls insights from millions of data points, adapting in real time. This means no more wasting money on ads that don't convert. AI optimizes in real time. No more guessing what customers want. AI predicts their needs before they even know them. No more manually adjusting campaigns. AI refines every element automatically. If your marketing system isn't running on AI, you're already behind. AI is not just a tool, it's an entire operating system for your business. It finds customers, speaks their language, delivers the right message at the right time, and personalizes every step of the journey. A traditional funnel pushes the same message to everyone. An AI driven system adapts in real time, delivering a unique experience for each customer. It tracks behavior, it adjusts based on reactions. It refines itself every second. And the brands using this, They aren't just seeing better results. They're scaling 10x faster than those still relying on human effort alone. This isn't about adding AI as a tool. It's about restructuring how marketing works. First, you need AI powered audience intelligence. Instead of guessing, AI identifies who your best customers are, what they want, and how to reach them. Next, you need AI driven messaging. The system automatically tests and refines copy, subject lines, and CTAs in real time, removing the guesswork from persuasion. Then, AI creates scroll stopping ads that convert. No more struggling to write the perfect hook. No more testing headlines for weeks. It knows exactly what will make people stop, engage, and click before they even see it. The end result, a marketing machine that never stops working. The businesses that implement AI aren't just improving, they're making their competitors irrelevant. This is why companies using AI see lower ad costs, because AI optimizes every dollar spent, higher conversion rates, because AI delivers the perfect message every time, faster growth, because AI works at speeds no human team could match. Manual marketing can't keep up. It's outdated, it's slow, it's inefficient. AI driven marketing, it's a system that runs itself, predicting, learning, optimizing, and scaling 24/7s. This is the future. The only question is whether you use it or fall behind. Now you have a marketing system that runs itself. But how do you take it to the next level so that customers don't just buy from you, they crave your brand? Because automation gets results, but desire creates movements. And in the next module, we're breaking down the psychology of desire so that customers don't just see your brand, they obsess over it.
Greetings and welcome, as always. I'm Stephen Thompson, owner and founder of AurxFlow, the platform that unlocks unstoppable growth. Excuse me. RxFlow is your exclusive invitation to dominate this year and beyond. If you're tired of drowning in chaos while competitors scale effortlessly, this is your final wake up call. RxFlow isn't just a tool, it's your secret weapon to crush inefficiency, skyrocket revenue, and join the elite 1% at lightning speed. So, what happens if you ignore this? Your team stays stuck, you're burning cash on outdated workflows. Competitors will steal your clients with AI powered strategies. You'll miss the automation gold rush, leaving all of that money on the table. RxFlow will level you up immediately so you can choose your path to dominance. For the ambitious trailblazer ready to win now, we offer the Elite Strategy Session, a one-time fee of $3K for one-on-one sessions with me and my team. We will have you running at full speed immediately, meaning we'll create your corporate business plan, customize your platform, and we'll hold your hand until you are profitable. So whatever your investment is in your future, we'll hold your hand until you make that money back plus a profit. You'll get the VIP treatment. We'll dissect your business, build a custom award plan, and deploy RxFlow to automate 80 to 90% of your operations in 8 hours or less. You'll get lifetime access, priority support, and only a few spots are left because I'm almost at capacity. I got clients averaging about 27K a month when we let their hands go. And that could be you. That should be you. And if you're not ready to go all in yet, then you can become what we call an enterprise game changer. Right? This is for teams demanding unfair advantages, and you still have access to the all-in-one command center that you see on the screen. AI workflows, real-time analytics, and cross-team automation, your own personal branding, and you can slash your own operational costs by 60% while outpacing competitors. Your team becomes a unified growth army. But I will tell you this, lock in pricing now because I'm thinking about doubling the rates, right? So if you're not ready to go all in, you can become one of our enterprise game changers for $199 a month. You get access to the full platform, All of our training academies, our live call sessions, and some apps will be locked, but you still be able to create your own apps in minutes. Hyper realistic AI images, the white label system, knowledge based hero images, scroll stopping ads, logo makers, all of the nuts and bolts, right? Create your own avatars, but please hurry, right? Because I'm getting tired. I'm working with a bunch of people. I can do about 5 people a day, and I got about 50 people on the waiting list. So lock in your prices now, or the rates are double soon. They're definitely going to double soon within the next month or so. And if you're just a hustler trying to build an empire, a passive income machine, you want a turnkey profit, you want to promote AurxFlow 50%, I'm going to give you 75% commission on every package you sell, right? So you'll get access to our funnels, our content vault. I got about 100 affiliates now. So what our affiliate program is building, we'll probably cut it off at about 500 or so, right? So if you just want to build an empire and make some passive income, you want to make a profit on a one-time investment of $97 per month, come on with it now, right? I got about 100 affiliates. They're making about $5,000 to $10,000 a month easily just by promoting AurxFlow, because the proof is in AurxFlow. So 72 hours average time for users to eliminate 15 plus manual tasks. About $3.2 million revenue, $3.2 million in revenue generated by affiliates in the last 2 quarters. So that changed our trajectory heavy, right? So your moment is now or never. This is no time for hesitation. It's for warriors who refuse to become another what if. Act immediately or risk irrelevance, right? This system, with all of its capabilities, will make you millions of dollars. I've had $100,000 days. I feel like a rapper or a drug dealer sometimes. That's how easy and efficient this system is. So you got a one-time offer. Secure your 3K VIP session. Links are in the chat. Links are in the bio. Links are in the description. And either become something or not. It's up to you. So the gap between you and competitors widens daily. Tomorrow's kingmakers acts today. So if you act today, you got a chance. But as fast as AI is running, I don't know. Get in before you become irrelevant. As always, I appreciate your time. I can't wait to work with you guys, but you need to hurry up because I'm getting tired and spots are filling up very fast. So God bless and goodbye.